In the realm of wild hypotheticals, the idea of an adult tiger being killed by a lion cub might seem almost impossible, given the sheer strength and solitary hunting prowess of a tiger. Yet, under extraordinary circumstances, several factors could potentially tip the scales in favor of a lion cub, especially if that cub were part of a larger, coordinated pride effort. While tigers are renowned for their incredible power and agility, it is important to remember that even apex predators are not immune to vulnerability. Injury, illness, or even the natural effects of aging can leave a tiger compromised. In a situation where an adult tiger is already weakened, perhaps still recovering from a previous battle, nursing a deep wound, or suffering from a debilitating disease, its ability to mount an effective defense diminishes dramatically, opening the door for an unlikely adversary. In considering this extraordinary scenario, one must first delve into the intrinsic qualities of both animals, examining not only their physical capabilities but also the broader contexts in which they operate. Tigers, solitary by nature, have evolved in environments that demand stealth, precision, and brute force. They rely on a combination of speed, ambush tactics, and overwhelming power to subdue prey that is often many times their own size. Their muscular build, retractable claws, and powerful jaws are a testament to millions of years of evolutionary fine-tuning for the art of predation. However, the very traits that make tigers formidable hunters also mean that their survival is contingent upon maintaining peak physical condition. A tiger that is injured or weakened becomes dramatically less effective, and any chink in its armor can have dire consequences. The biological and physiological vulnerabilities of a tiger can arise from numerous factors. Natural wear and tear, the rigors of territorial battles, and the physical toll of hunting can all conspire to render an otherwise mighty predator less capable than it once was. For instance, an old wound that has not healed properly may expose the tiger to infections that sap its strength over time. Similarly, chronic illnesses or conditions that diminish its stamina and agility would further reduce its ability to defend itself against any kind of threat, no matter how unlikely that threat might appear under normal circumstances. In this state of compromised health, the tiger's impressive arsenal of natural weapons, its claws, teeth, and muscular limbs, may not function at full capacity, making it vulnerable to predators or even competitors that would normally avoid engaging with it. While the physical vulnerabilities of the tiger are significant, the dynamics of social behavior play an equally critical role in shaping the outcome of any hypothetical encounter with a lion cub. Unlike tigers, which are solitary hunters, lions live in complex social structures known as prides. Within these prides, each member has a role to play, and the collective behavior of the group often transcends the abilities of any one individual. Lion cubs, although young and lacking in the raw strength of an adult lion, are nurtured and trained from an early age within the protective and cooperative environment of the pride. The very fabric of pride life is woven with the threads of collective action, where even the most inexperienced members benefit from the guidance, protection, and coordinated tactics of their elders. The influence of social dynamics on survival outcomes cannot be overstated. In a situation where an adult tiger is already weakened, the presence of a coordinated lion pride could prove to be a decisive factor. While a solitary lion cub would almost certainly be overwhelmed by a fully capable tiger, the cub's integration into a group effort introduces new variables that might alter the balance. The pride's collective strength can manifest in various forms: coordinated ambushes, flanking maneuvers, and relentless pressure from multiple directions can all combine to create a situation in which even a tiger with formidable physical attributes finds itself outnumbered and outmaneuvered. In such a scenario, the lion cub might serve as a rallying symbol, a focal point for the pride's offensive, drawing the tiger's attention and distracting it at a critical moment, thereby allowing the more experienced members of the pride to deliver decisive blows. Historical records and anecdotal evidence from controlled environments such as wildlife reserves and zoological settings offer rare glimpses into the dynamics of lion-tiger interactions. Although these accounts are not entirely representative of what one might expect in the wild, where the territories of lions and tigers rarely overlap, they do provide valuable insights into the potential outcomes when these apex predators are forced into close proximity. In several documented cases, Tigers that were already weakened or distracted have found themselves at a disadvantage when confronted by groups of lions. In these instances, the coordinated efforts of the pride, sometimes including younger members acting under the guidance of experienced adults, were able to subdue a tiger that would otherwise have dominated a solitary encounter. These occurrences, while highly unusual, underscore the profound impact that social organization and group tactics can have on the dynamics of interspecies conflict. Beyond the immediate physical and tactical considerations, the psychological impact of a coordinated, relentless attack on a solitary predator like the tiger must also be taken into account. Tigers are known for their calculated approach to both hunting and self-defense. Their ability to remain calm, assess situations, and execute a well-timed attack is central to their success as predators. However, when faced with a multi-directional assault from a determined lion pride, even the tiger's legendary composure may begin to waver. The cumulative stress of constant harassment, the need to defend against simultaneous attacks from different angles, and the relentless pressure exerted by the group can lead to a state of disorientation and panic. In such moments, the tiger's decision-making processes might falter, causing it to make critical errors in judgment or to misinterpret the actions of its attackers. A momentary lapse in focus could prove fatal, especially when faced with the coordinated efforts of a lion pride that has honed its tactics over countless generations of social evolution. The psychological toll on a solitary predator under siege is not merely a theoretical concern. It is rooted in observable behavioral patterns across the animal kingdom. When an animal is subjected to relentless stress, its physical capabilities can be compromised by a cascade of neurochemical reactions that reduce muscle efficiency, slow reaction times, and impair cognitive function. For a tiger, whose success in the wild depends on split-second decisions and rapid responses, any degradation in its ability to process threats could be the difference between life and death. In this context, the relentless, coordinated pressure applied by a lion pride could be sufficient to induce a state of panic or confusion in an already weakened tiger, ultimately leading to its downfall. It is also instructive to consider the evolutionary divergence between tigers and lions, as this divergence has given rise to fundamentally different survival strategies. The tiger's evolutionary path has been characterized by the need for solitary dominance, with its physical attributes optimized for stealth, ambush, and the solitary pursuit of prey. Every aspect of the tiger's anatomy, from its powerful forelimbs to its keen sensory perception, reflects a life spent operating independently in a competitive and often unforgiving environment. In contrast, the lion's evolution has been deeply intertwined with the benefits of social living. The development of complex social structures within lion prides has led to the evolution of behaviors that emphasize communication, cooperation, and coordinated action. The lion's roar, for instance, is not merely a call to action but a powerful tool for reinforcing social bonds and establishing territory. The pride's collective strategy, honed over generations, allows lions to overcome challenges that would be insurmountable for a lone individual. This divergence in evolutionary strategy means that while a direct physical confrontation between a healthy tiger and a solitary lion cub would almost certainly end in favor of the tiger, the introduction of coordinated group tactics and the cumulative strength of a lion pride could fundamentally alter the dynamics of the encounter. In a hypothetical battle scenario, the tiger's individual advantages, its speed, strength, and lethal weaponry, might be neutralized by the sheer force of numbers and the sophisticated, collective strategies employed by the pride. The lion cub, far from being a weak and vulnerable target, could emerge as an integral part of this group dynamic, using its perceived vulnerability as a tool to draw the tiger into traps or to divert its attention at critical moments. Moreover, it is important to recognize that nature is replete with examples of situations where the might of an individual is overcome by the power of collective action. From the coordinated hunting strategies of wolves to the swarming behavior of insects, the principle that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts is a recurring theme in the natural world. In the context of our hypothetical scenario, the lion pride represents a microcosm of this principle, where the collective behavior of the group can exert an influence that far exceeds the capabilities of any single member. The lion cub, in this context, is not merely a passive participant but an active component of a complex, dynamic system that is capable of overwhelming even a formidable adversary like a tiger. To further illustrate the potential outcome of such a confrontation, one can draw on a range of documented cases where group dynamics have played a decisive role in interspecies interactions. In some wildlife reserves and national parks, where the natural boundaries between species are blurred by human intervention or habitat encroachment, there have been rare instances where groups of predators have engaged in conflicts that defy conventional expectations. Although these cases are not directly analogous to a scenario involving a lion cub and a tiger, they do provide a window into how group behavior can shift the balance of power in unexpected ways. For example, there have been accounts of packs of wild dogs or coordinated groups of hyenas successfully taking down larger and ostensibly more powerful prey through relentless, coordinated attacks. These observations serve as a reminder that, under the right circumstances, the collective strength and strategic coordination of a group can compensate for individual physical disadvantages. The interplay between physical vulnerability and social coordination in this hypothetical scenario also raises intriguing questions about the role of environmental factors. In the wild, the outcome of any confrontation is not determined solely by the intrinsic attributes of the combatants but is also shaped by the context in which the encounter occurs. Terrain, weather conditions, and the availability of cover or escape routes can all influence the dynamics of a battle. A weakened tiger, for instance, might find itself at an additional disadvantage if forced to confront a lion pride in a terrain that favors the ambush tactics of the lions, such as an area with dense undergrowth or rocky outcrops that provide ample hiding spots for coordinated attacks. Conversely, a more open environment might give the tiger a better chance to leverage its speed and power to evade or counter the attacks of multiple lions. In this sense, the environmental context can serve as a critical multiplier that either enhances or diminishes the effectiveness of the strategies employed by both sides. Furthermore, the hypothetical scenario in which an adult tiger is killed by a lion cub supported by a pride is not merely a matter of theoretical speculation. It also offers a broader reflection on the nature of power and vulnerability in the animal kingdom. At its core, this thought experiment challenges the conventional wisdom that physical might alone is sufficient to ensure survival. Instead, it highlights the intricate interplay of physical strength, psychological resilience, social dynamics, and environmental context that ultimately determines the outcome of any confrontation in the wild. Even the most formidable predators, with their impressive anatomical and physiological adaptations, are subject to the whims of circumstance and the unpredictable forces of nature. In examining this interplay, one must also consider the long-term evolutionary implications of group dynamics. Over millions of years, species that have evolved in isolation from one another have developed unique sets of traits that are finely tuned to their specific ecological niches. The tiger's evolution, characterized by solitary hunting and individual dominance, has produced a creature that excels in stealth and power. The lion's evolution, on the other hand, has been shaped by the demands of social living, resulting in a species that is as much a master of group coordination and communication as it is of physical combat. When these two evolutionary paths intersect, even in a purely hypothetical scenario, the resulting interactions reveal the complex ways in which different survival strategies can come into conflict. One can imagine a scenario in which an adult tiger, weakened by a combination of physical injuries and the natural decline associated with age, encounters a lion pride that is in the midst of asserting its territorial dominance. In this situation, the tiger's ability to rely on its usual strategies, its stealth, speed, and powerful strikes, might be significantly impaired. The pride, with its collective knowledge and coordinated tactics, could then launch a multi-pronged assault designed to neutralize the tiger's residual strengths. In the heat of the encounter, the lion cub might be used as a decoy or a focal point for the pride's aggression, drawing the tiger's attention and provoking a reaction that leaves it vulnerable to a full-scale group attack. The cumulative effect of the pride's relentless pressure could eventually overwhelm the tiger, leading to its downfall in a manner that, while highly unlikely in natural circumstances, is not entirely beyond the realm of possibility under extreme conditions. The psychological dimension of such an encounter adds yet another layer of complexity to this hypothetical scenario. Predators like tigers are not merely machines of muscle and instinct, they are also subject to the effects of fear, stress, and the pressures of isolation. The relentless onslaught of a coordinated group, especially one that includes the unpredictable behavior of a lion cub, could create a situation in which the tiger's mental fortitude is as compromised as its physical condition. The resulting cascade of stress responses, elevated heart rate, impaired cognitive function, and a diminished capacity to process sensory information, could render the tiger incapable of mounting a coherent defense. In this state, even the smallest miscalculation could prove catastrophic, allowing the lion pride to capitalize on the tiger's momentary lapses in judgment. Moreover, the broader context of interspecies interactions in environments where human activity has altered natural habitats cannot be ignored. In many parts of the world, habitat fragmentation and human encroachment have forced species into closer proximity than would naturally occur, creating artificial scenarios in which traditional boundaries are blurred. In such settings, the interactions between lions and tigers, or between any two apex predators for that matter, may be subject to additional pressures that further complicate the outcome of any confrontation. Stress from habitat loss, competition for dwindling resources, and the overall degradation of natural ecosystems can exacerbate the vulnerabilities of even the most powerful animals. Under these conditions, an encounter between a weakened tiger and a coordinated lion pride might be more plausible than in a pristine, unaltered wilderness. It is also worth considering the role of chance and randomness in determining the outcomes of such encounters. Nature, in all its complexity, is replete with instances where seemingly improbable events have led to dramatic shifts in the balance of power. A freak accident, an unexpected injury, or a moment of sheer luck can alter the course of events in ways that defy conventional logic. In the context of our hypothetical scenario, the convergence of multiple unlikely factors, a tiger weakened by a combination of injury and stress, the presence of a highly coordinated lion pride, and the unpredictable behavior of a lion cub, could create a perfect storm in which the tiger's dominance is challenged in an unprecedented manner. While such a sequence of events would be extraordinary, it is precisely these kinds of outlier scenarios that underscore the inherent uncertainty and dynamism of life in the wild. Throughout this exploration, it becomes clear that the interplay of physical, psychological, social, and environmental factors is what ultimately determines the outcome of any encounter in the animal kingdom. The tiger, with its unmatched physical prowess and solitary mastery, represents one pole of the spectrum, a creature honed for individual excellence in the art of survival. The lion, embodying the power of collective action and social coordination, represents the other pole, a species that has evolved to harness the strength of the group to overcome challenges that would be insurmountable for an individual alone. When these two forces collide under extraordinary circumstances, the resulting confrontation becomes a vivid illustration of the multifaceted nature of survival. In conclusion, while the notion of an adult tiger being killed solely by a lion cub remains a highly speculative and improbable event in the natural world, the interplay of factors such as a tiger's compromised physical condition, the relentless support of a coordinated lion pride, and the psychological impact of sustained, multi-directional attacks could, in a very rare scenario, lead to a fatal outcome for the tiger. This thought experiment not only challenges our conventional understanding of strength and dominance in the animal kingdom but also serves as a powerful reminder that even the mightiest creatures are subject to the unpredictable forces of nature. The delicate balance of survival, shaped by evolution and influenced by both internal vulnerabilities and external pressures, is a dynamic tapestry in which every thread plays a critical role. In this intricate web of life, the coordinated actions of a lion pride can, under the right circumstances, overcome the formidable power of an individual tiger, highlighting the extraordinary potential of collective action in the wild. Ultimately, this exploration into the realm of wild hypotheticals invites us to reflect on the broader lessons of nature. That strength is not solely measured by physical prowess, but also by the ability to work together, adapt to changing conditions, and harness the power of unity in the face of adversity. While the theoretical scenario of a lion cub, Backed by the unyielding force of its pride, defeating an adult tiger may remain confined to the realm of imaginative speculation. It provides valuable insights into the complex interplay of factors that govern life in the animal kingdom. Through this lens, we come to appreciate not only the raw, awe-inspiring power of apex predators like the tiger but also the profound influence of social dynamics and collective behavior in shaping the destinies of species. As we conclude this extensive exploration, it is important to acknowledge that nature is full of surprises, and the boundaries between what is possible and what is improbable are often blurred by the unpredictable forces of evolution and chance. The story of a weakened tiger facing the relentless onslaught of a coordinated lion pride is one that challenges our assumptions, compelling us to reconsider the intricate and multifaceted nature of survival in the wild. It reminds us that every creature, no matter how powerful, carries within it the seeds of vulnerability, seeds that, when nurtured by the forces of collective action and environmental pressure, can lead to outcomes that defy expectations. In reflecting on this hypothetical scenario, we gain a deeper understanding of the delicate balance that governs the animal kingdom, a balance maintained by a complex web of physical capabilities, psychological resilience, and social dynamics. It is a balance that underscores the truth that no matter how dominant an individual may appear, the forces of nature, cooperation, and even chance can conspire to alter the course of destiny in ways that are both unexpected and profoundly instructive. Through this exploration, we are reminded that the true measure of strength is not found solely in the might of a solitary hunter, but in the enduring power of unity and collaboration, a lesson that resonates far beyond the confines of the natural world. In the final analysis, the hypothetical tale of a lion cub, supported by a devoted pride, overcoming a once formidable tiger serves as a compelling metaphor for the enduring power of collective will and the unpredictable nature of survival. It is a narrative that challenges us to look beyond the surface of raw strength and to recognize the myriad factors that contribute to success in the struggle for life. While the odds may be overwhelmingly in favor of the tiger in most natural circumstances, this thought experiment illuminates the extraordinary circumstances under which even the mightiest can be toppled by the unexpected convergence of vulnerability, coordination, and sheer determination. Thus, as we ponder the myriad complexities of this wild hypothetical, we are left with a profound appreciation for the intricate, interconnected web of life that governs the natural world. It is a world where the interplay of individual strength and collective effort, of solitary prowess and coordinated strategy, creates a dynamic tapestry of survival that is as beautiful as it is unpredictable. And in that unpredictable dance of life, every creature, no matter how dominant, remains subject to the capricious whims of fate and the ever-changing rhythms of nature. In summary, while the notion of an adult tiger being killed solely by a lion cub remains a remote and largely theoretical possibility, the convergence of factors such as physical vulnerability, the relentless coordination of a lion pride, and the psychological impact of sustained, multifaceted attacks can, in rare and extraordinary circumstances, lead to a reversal of the expected order of nature. This exploration not only deepens our understanding of the biological and behavioral intricacies of these magnificent creatures but also invites us to reflect on the broader implications of survival, cooperation, and the unforeseen power of collective action. In the grand scheme of the natural world, even the mightiest predators can fall, not through a failure of strength, but through the intricate and inexorable forces of unity, adaptation, and the unpredictable flow of life.